Hello friends, my name is Evelyn Joy and welcome back to my garden. It's a beautiful morning. I finished teaching classes. My kids are still sleeping. I wrote my feedback. I'm outside. The weather's like 70s. It's not 80 yet. The sun is halfway up, so it's behind the trees. It's not in my eyes. And it's not too hot. It seems like it kind of rained last night, so I don't think I need to water my garden, but all the birds are chirping, everything's happy. And this week is going to be awesome because it's going to be 80s this week. It's going to rain some days and be sunny other days, so it's alternating like rainy, sunny, rainy, sunny. My garden's going to grow. I look forward to giving you guys lots and lots of updates, especially after this next week. Let's check out my garden right now. I haven't really talked about this, but I'm preparing the ground over here I'm smothering the grass for a couple of months, and then I'm going to transport a lot of plants or maybe just plant seeds into the ground over here. I haven't fully decided yet, but because potting mix is so expensive, it's just cheaper and easier for me to plant in containers. The thing with containers though is you have to be careful because plants need lots of space for their roots. So for example, this right here is just a wood border. Beneath it is not wood, beneath it is dirt, so my plant's roots can go deeper. It does have cardboard though, and I have wondered, how much rain does it take to saturate the cardboard enough for the roots to go through. I am concerned about one blueberry plant, this one right here. It seems to have died, but I'm keeping it in the ground to see what happens. This blueberry plant is doing fine, this one's doing fine, and this one's doing fine. The funny thing is, my blueberry plants, they're growing very, very slowly, but they're the ones that are going to turn into bushes that last long term. Whereas a lot of these plants over here, such as pretty much all of these, they are going to give one harvest. They're going to grow real big, give one harvest, and then die. And so the plants over here, like my strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries, they're planted in the ground because they're more permanent. They're going to grow over time. The strawberries reproduce, and the original mama plant will die after giving a harvest, but it makes a bunch of babies around it called runners and that survives in the winter. All of this will survive in the winter. A lot of these plants over here, they're just going to give a one-time harvest and then die, sadly. I'm still waiting for some of my potato plants to pop up. I need to weed again, but these first potato plants I planted a long time ago, and the new potatoes I planted about a week ago still haven't popped up, but something's happening under the surface, no doubt. My girls just planted some flower seeds. Obviously they haven't popped up yet, but it's going to be exciting to see. I'm curious, what is this plant? Oh, this is a bell pepper. Oh, that's so exciting. That one's getting big. So this is cauliflower. I plan on planting my blueberry in the ground. Okay, so over here, because of my friend Danny, over here my raspberries or blackberries, whatever I had right here, 2 plants died that were right here because of the shade from here. So my friend Danny told me to plant either spinach or lettuce here because those do really well in the shade and they don't do well in really, really hot summers. So they do well in the shade during the summer. So I looked through my seeds. I didn't have any spinach seeds left, but I planted some lettuce over here. So we will see how that does. We're gonna look at my tomato plants. I'm encouraged and happy to see my cantaloupe has so many flowers on it. I see several there. So that's super exciting. Whoops. Wow, my plants are really, really growing. Some of these tomatoes are all different types, so it's going to be interesting as they grow to see what kind of tomatoes we get. I have seen some channels showing tomato plants growing all the way up to like 10 feet up holes and strings and stuff. So if you prune them correctly, they can really grow high and really produce a lot. So I'm going to be teaching you about pruning tomatoes as I prune my tomatoes in the future. Right now they don't need pruning because they're still small. I pruned them before planting them. Here we've got my potato plants. They're growing underneath the surface. What they do is they're growing, you know, all their potatoes under the ground, and when they're done, the plant dies and it's just time to harvest the potatoes and you dig them up. Isn't that interesting? Coming back over here again, I want to look at, this is a cauliflower plant. This is a pepper plant. This is a strawberry. This is a cauliflower. And my friend Danny told me to take the dead leaves off. I did. I think that leaf is alive. I've got these plants right here. I bought them super cheap. They already had the little holes that had been eaten up. But these are eggplants. I tried growing eggplants from seed, but they died. Well, no, I think they're still alive inside, but growing inside, your plants aren't hardened. It's a lot easier to start from starter plants outside. Growing from seed outside is going to be the next thing that I try. I'm going to try that for watermelon. And actually, that's going to be a project I'm thinking of working on today or tomorrow. I'm going to get a big container and drill holes in it and fill it up with dirt and things, and I'm going to put some seeds in it. I'm actually thinking my girls put a little bit too much hay. I went ahead and put more hay recently in my plants because a lot of them had washed away from the water. So the hay, it helps keep the moisture in and keep the weeds out, but when you have seeds growing up, you don't want too much hay. Like my girls planted their own seeds, so, you know, they're 4 and 5. They're still learning. I took a little bit of their hay out so that their seeds for sure grow because I want them to have successful plants. And we can always put more hay as their plants come up. So, yeah, pretty exciting stuff. Will my carrots in a container produce? They're not very deep and they're very close together. It'll be interesting to see if I actually get carrots from this. But hey, I've been told you can eat the greens from the tops of the carrots. Coming around to over here, we're gonna look and see if we see any beginnings of cantaloupe. Super exciting stuff. If I see any leaves that are dead, I'm going to take them out. So I recently pruned this. I didn't prune it a whole lot. I see a bug. I'm going to squash that bug because squash bugs tend to attract, squash plants tend to attract bugs. And the bugs like to infest and eat everything up. So you have to be careful of that. But you do want them, you know. Wow, look at these. I think this is the beginning. This, and this, and this. This is the beginning of some squash plants. Let's check which kind that is. Danny said it looked like a... Okay, this is what it is. Table ace. So that's why these look this way. She said they looked kind of like... what do you call it? That they look like pumpkins because they have the lines in them, but they're called table ace. So I was wrong when I was telling you guys which kind it was because I've got a bunch of different kinds in here. It's just gonna be a mystery when they pop up. So I've got some zucchini over here, some more, oh, and some more table ace. I don't know. We're just gonna have some, how do you cook a table ace? I don't know, we're gonna find out. We're gonna look up some recipes and have some people said I need to learn how to can. That's something else that's a maybe. There's some of the leaves, the reason they're dying is not that they're getting eaten, but that they're not getting enough sunlight. That's why I need to prune a little bit more. Just gonna take this one off because it's... The thing with gardening is when you're the mama of some plants, at first you don't want to give them a haircut because they're so cute and they grew those leaves. But pruning them is necessary to help them. So even though, you know, when you're a new gardener, it feels heartbreaking to have to thin them or to have to prune them, but just think you're helping your plant. If a plant has like too many leaves like this, it's not gonna benefit it in the long run. So you're helping them out with a haircut. It's such a beautiful morning and my kids aren't awake yet, and it's so peaceful because it's not too hot and the birds are chirping. It's nice to be outside. Fresh air is good for your health. It's just so nice. It's exciting to see my plants starting to grow. Honestly, a lot of my seedlings that I started off inside didn't make it to being exported. Is that a term? Imported? No. To being transported into the garden outside. A lot of these are starter plants that I bought, but still, I'm very surprised that they're doing very well. My next endeavor is going to be growing by seed outside. My girls planted some flower seeds, and today I'm going to be working on some watermelon seeds. A little bit about my experience with watermelon so far. I started off watermelon seeds inside. They grew really well, but then they died. Then I bought hardened plants. I had them outside. I had them inside, they did well. I had them outside, they died because they got too much rain. So I'm gonna be starting from seed, watermelon seeds that I bought from Amazon. They came from China. We will see what happens, if they work or not. It's worth a try. I really would like to have some watermelons, so anyway, we'll see if it works. I also have plans for around the garden. I'm not planning on always having grass around the garden. As you can see, it's kind of hard to cut. I have plans for, you know, for example, over here I have some wood down, stuff like this. Cement is $5 per square foot to get put in. I thought about putting cement around here. I've thought about putting little rocks. I've thought about a lot of different things, but it's an investment, and right now potting soil is so expensive that that's been what I've been investing in. So really creating a massive garden is an investment and a project to work on over time. It takes time to really get it set up. So really this is a work in progress, but while in quarantine, what better time to, you know, start processing and working on this. These raised beds, I actually hired a gentleman from Facebook Marketplace. He came and built them for me for a very good price, and these will one day be filled. And this wood over here I got for free on Facebook Marketplace, and when I was only able to pick up some of the wood, they were disappointed that I couldn't pick it all up, but I didn't have a truck. So they had their friend who had a truck bring it to my house, which was super kind of them. It was free, they didn't have to do it, but I'm so thankful to have this wood for free. The wood pallets that you see that these are sitting on, I got for free on Facebook Marketplace from a car dealer. So anyway, check Facebook Marketplace. This wall right here I built out of cement blocks for free from Facebook Marketplace. This wood right here is from planks that I got for free from Facebook Marketplace. These baby gates are old baby gates that I had from my home that had fallen apart, and over here are baby gates that I bought from Facebook Marketplace that I'm planning on using. This is also something I'm planning on planting in the future, but right now I'm using it to smother some grass to get the dirt ready to plant in. Thank you for hanging out with me in the garden this morning. It's been nice just showing you some of my ideas and dreams and plans for the future. I hope you have a lovely day. Take care and love your neighbor. Have a great day.